For the starter, the halal industries was constructed based on halal community. What is halal? In Arabic, they call it for permissible and lawful. The halal must be practiced on action and materials we always use in daily life. Halal industry is very important because in Quran asks all Muslims to keep themselves from dirty things and for their health and safety. Based on that, halal industry was started at 1974 in Malaysia. Until now, halal industry always develop based on the current issue. So, there are many agencies in halal industries in Malaysia. There are many industries that was used until now like Jakim, SIRC or Majlis, KPDN, HEP, MOH, MOA, MOSTI and HDC.
I will present about the Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, also known as Jakim. In 1968, the Malaysian Council of Rulers proposed the need for a body that could mobilize the development and progress of Muslims in Malaysia. After it was approved, the National Council of Islamic Affairs of Malaysia was formed. It was then expanded to become the Religious Division under Prime Minister's Department and upgraded to Islamic Affairs Division, also known as Thaqif. On 1st January 1997, Jakim was officially established by the government of Malaysia to take over the role of Thaqif. Next slide. These are the example of sectors and divisions in Jakim. It has policy sector, human development sector and management sector. Also, Director General of Jakim. Next is functions of Jakim. These are only a few of the functions. First, Jakim is responsible as a planner that determines the development and progress of Islamic affairs. Next, to assist in harmonizing and formulating the necessary law and regulation. The third one is evaluate Islamic affairs programs implemented in Malaysia. To implement community development efforts through regional and international cooperation. The last one is the achievements of Jakim. The biggest achievement of Jakim is the establishment of Halal logo. This is the example of authentic Halal logo by Jakim. It has 5 features to make sure the Halal logo is the one that was used by Jakim.
Now, I want to talk about HDC, as we call as Malaysian Development Corporations. Okay, HDC was founded on 18 September 2006. It is the Malaysian federal government agency mandate as a custodian of Malaysia's halal economy, enabling this country for sentence the theft of economic contributions from its halal sector. Okay, the current chairman is Datuk Mahmud Abbas. Okay, in this corporation, they have 4 main objectives. Okay, the first one is formulate strategic policy and monitoring, certification enhancement and enforcement. The third one is standard development and traceability, and the last one is industry development and entrepreneurial culture. Thank you. The example of HDC achievement is the first one. HDC brought Ramadan cheers to the orphans of Rumah Bakti Nur Syahira Ceras by donating Ramadan aid including electric items, a sewing machine and cash worth a total of 20,000 Malaysian ringgit. The second one is Halal Innovation Center was established in the state through the cooperation of the Halal Industry Development Corporation HDC and University Malaysia Terengganu UMT.
The background of MOH is the Welfare Department was placed under Ministry of Health in 2 separate periods from 1956 to 1957 and 1960 to 1962, where Dato' B.T. Sabatan, First Minister of MOH, was named the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare in 1956 until 1962. Wabidato Abdurrahman Talib, 4th Minister of MOH, was named Ministry of Health to its original name in 1963 until now. The ministry also served as a reference from neighboring countries in a variety of medical technologies and methods, such as cardiology and geriatric medicines. The development of medical growth based on environmental health technology, and the change of disease, health, environment, and technology development in the world. The objective is to help an individual to achieve and maintain a standard of health to enable him to lead a productive economic and social life. This can be achieved by providing efficient, appropriate, and effective insensitive preventive treatment and rehabilitation service with emphasis on the less fortunate. The function of Ministry of Health is to improving the health status of Malaysians with efficient and effective policy formulas by monitoring the service provided by various health agencies. The role to help individuals to achieve the best health to enable them to lead a productive economic and social life. Provide a service in terms of effective prevention, treatments, and rehabilitations with a focus on the less fortunate. Expanding the health research and development sector. Achievement of MOH in halal industry is the first team was launched by PKKM and funded by Ministry of Health Malaysia. The objective of this project is to develop and implement enterprise applications for PKKM by providing a single gateway for the centralized food industry which can be accessed through web portals and mobile applications. This system will be used by all parties involved in the planning, implementation, evaluation, and monitoring of the Food Act 1983 and the Food Regulation 1985. The next one is FESOC. FESOC is the system enhance the official control activities of fish products to be exported to Euro for compliance with all the Euro requirements, where all the approval and information pertaining to the result of the inspection of raw materials and processing permits and analytical results for all monitoring programs, information on the rapid alert system, and information regarding the generation of health certificate are integrated into a system. Safety and cleanliness for the fish to be exported. So this assault was used to keep the safety and cleanliness for the fish. And the third one is this system used to get permission for exportation fish to Euro.
Prior to the establishment of mines in 1947, Negeri Sembilan used provision of peruntukan Undang-Undang Islam dan Adat Setiap Melayu, the Muslim Law and Malay Custom in respect of the affair of religion and Malay customs. Effort establishment of mines began in 1947 when the British introduced modern administrative system and began to take action to appoint administrators from among the Malays. The current chairman for mines is Yang Bahagia Datuk Dr. Abdul Aziz bin Sheikh Abdul Qadir. Mines mission is responsible for ensuring the sanctity of Islam is preserved and set policies to generate development of the Ummah. Apart from giving advice to Tuanku Yang di-Pertua Besar of Negeri Sembilan, this council also serves as the highest body of Islamic religious leaders in religious affairs in the state. among the jurisdiction of Ma'ins are as testator, administrator of inheritance and trustee. In addition, conducting contract business on property. Other than that, responsible in matter regarding the official fatwa of Negeri Sembilan, as well as matters such as Baitul Mal, Zakat, Khairat, Wakaf, wills and vows. Trustee of all mosques in Negeri Sembilan, also responsible of converters or mu'alaf. Lastly, administrator of inheritance and trustee. The objective of Ma'ins is improving Islamic teaching in Negeri Sembilan, develop and strengthen the excellence of Muslims in various fields and skill, increase awareness and practice of Islam as a way of life by the Muslim community, at the same time increase understanding with non-Muslim.
The conclusion is many agencies today plays many roles to accomplish and strengthening halal industry in Malaysia. A few agencies will handle in administration about halal industry, and some of the agencies will provide the halal item for the consumer. Because these roles was played by Malaysian agencies efficiently, we will be looked up by another country, will be an example for them to develop halal industry in their country. And in a nutshell, Malaysia will become role model in the world.